Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Hello everyone, my name is Josh and I will be presenting some of my findings on the legal system of Japan and how specific aspects help in achieving justice. Before talking about Japan's legal system, it is important to have a basic understanding of Japan's past. So the first thing I want to point out is that Japan's population is 126 million people, which is far more than Canada. So Japan became a country in 660 BC, and throughout its history, its legal system has changed numerous times. So these changes occurred due to war, national conflicts, and conflicts in other countries. In the present day, Japan is excellent at achieving justice through its legal system, and more specifically, it achieves justice through its prison system, its rehabilitation system and laws, and its court system. The first thing I want to talk about is Japan's prison system. So Japan has 62 total jails and 6 juvenile detention centers throughout the country. Japan prisons are unique compared to other countries as they are extremely strict. In Japanese prisons, inmates are put to work, working on a number of departments to earn money that they can use when released from prison. While in prison, inmates are given numbers that they are referred to as. The use of numbers allows for inmates' identities to be secret. Moreover, it allows for easier identification. Inmates are only allowed to talk during free time, where they must speak Japanese. Moreover, these inmates can participate in group activities or just have independent time during free time. Even though Japan's prisons are strict compared to the majority of the world, their strict prisons deter criminals and offenders. As of 2019, incarceration rates reached as low as 0.03%. Prisons in Japan are also very safe. Contraband such as knives are rarely seen, and murders almost never happen. An interesting fact I want to bring up is that for every 100,000 inmates, there are 2 murders in total. Also, when looking at the Human Development Index, a system used to rate a country's well-being, Japan has a 0.909 for its prison system, which ranks 19th out of 188 countries. Another aspect that helps Japan achieve justice is the country's rehabilitation system. So, Japan's rehabilitation laws and acts came with the reformation of the country's constitution in 1949 following the Second World War. That year, Japan introduced a number of acts and laws aimed at rehabilitating people that needed it. One act, named the Offender Prevention and Rehabilitation Act, was essentially the foundation for all of Japan's current rehabilitation programs. Rehab in Japan is seen as a community effort where people of a community contribute to the rehabilitation of an individual. These community members who help were given the name Hogoshi, or volunteer officer, in the 1800s. I want to point out though that Hogoshi weren't recognized by the government and they were part of a private institution for rehabilitation. Now, Hogoshi can be anyone who applies and goes through Hogoshi training. Japan has 47,000 Hogoshi nationwide who are supported by 24,000 employees and 1,000 professional officers. The network of volunteers and professionals is key to rehabilitating people in Japan. The government also has 8 regional parole boards nationwide, with a total of 66 board members. Also, there are 29 local parole offices and 50 main probation offices. These offices provide people with the support they need, allowing them to seek help at any time. Another aspect of the country's legal system that helps it achieve justice is its court system. Now, Japan has 5 main types of courts. The vast differences in courts allow Japan to handle legal cases justifiably. Each court deals with different affairs, the first being summary courts. Now, summary courts handle more minor cases that can be settled with light fines or penalties. Moreover, summary courts deal with less than 900,000 yen, or 10,000 Canadian dollars. There are a total of 438 summary courts throughout the country. Now, summary courts are handled by a single judge. The next type of court that Japan has is called the district court. Now, district courts handle more money or harsher punishments. Japan's 50 district courts deal with most types of civil and criminal cases. Now, district courts are still relatively low when it comes to authority, allowing for higher courts to overrule any appeal. You can think of district courts as summary courts, but ones that handle more important and valuable cases. And just like summary courts, district courts are handled by one judge. Japan also has something called a family court. Now, family courts deal with family affairs and juvenile delinquent cases. So if there's a dispute between a husband and wife, a parent and child, or inheritance, that case will be dealt with by a family court. And I mentioned it earlier that family courts deal with juvenile delinquent cases. So any individual aged 14 to 19 who has committed a crime or is likely to commit a crime, that individual is dealt with by a family court. Now, Japan also has another court called the High Court. So high courts deal with appeals against judgments made by summary, district, and family courts. So Japan has 8 high courts, and they are located in the cities of Tokyo, Hiroshima, Nagoya, Sendai, Sapporo, Osaka, Fukuoka, and Takamatsu. Unlike summary courts, district courts, and family courts, high courts have 1 president and 3 judges. Japan's most powerful and influential court is its Supreme Court. Now, the Japanese Supreme Court has jurisdiction to decide on all final appeals made by high courts and civil cases. Under procedural law, the Supreme Court can decide on all final appeals and all appeals in general. The Supreme Court accepts appeals in criminal, civil, and administrative cases. After looking at Japanese courts, it's clear to see that they help the country and the country's legal system achieve justice. So by looking at Japan's prison system, rehabilitation system, and court system, it is clear to see that the legal system of Japan is a just one. Japan as a country has had a change in its legal system throughout time. The country has been involved in the worst world conflicts between humans, which helped it understand what is ultimately right and wrong, or in this case, just and unjust. Through time and experience, Japan's legal system has developed a great understanding of what makes a legal system just.